Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Slayer. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos, and here with the 411 for Monday Night Raw, August the 21st, from Brooklyn. Brooklyn! No, I'm not gonna rap. First and foremost, before I go any further with Raw, or even before I start, period, I have to once again shout out the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who is getting better, but is still not out of the woods from what I've read online. Of course, again, you read something online, who the hell knows if it's true or not. But from what I hear, Flair is doing a little bit better. Nate, you've already kicked out at 2. They're putting the heat on you. You got to kick back out again when the time's right. With that being said, a big woo for the Nature Boy. Get better, Nate. We all love you. And we're all praying for you, more importantly. Alright, so back to Raw. Raw tonight left a bad taste in my mouth for several reasons. And I'll get to it. To recap Raw, Brock and Paul started the show. Great, fantastic. Good promo by Paul. Always is. I have to put him over, even though he won't put me over. Fucking asshole. And then Braun comes in, slammed him twice, holds up the belt, and leaves. Could this be building to something? At this point, we don't know. A Brooklyn street fight between Big Cass and Enzo ends, and I was watching on a delay, so I skipped through all of this. I didn't give a damn about none of this. Cass hurt his leg. I don't know. I watched it. I went back and, when they showed him hurting, or selling, basically, I don't know if it's legit or not. I guess we'll find that out later. So I guess it's basically the match was called. I don't know. Nia Jax beat Emma quickly. I would have no problem with this if you would give Emma a hope spot. You're going to have to turn her babyface eventually because fans are swelling, wanting her. Of course they love Sasha and Alexa and they're doing their thing, but fan support for Emma is swelling, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. By the way, my personal message to Neil: you're doing good. Just keep your focus. One day you are going to be champion. Mark my words. One way or another, it's going to happen. You were too good of a talent for the WWE to continue to screw this up. Instead of Sasha having 4 reigns. Listen, Natty's been with the company forever, and she is finally the women's champion. She was what, a one-time Divas champion? She finally got it. Your time will come. Elias Sampson beat R-Truth. Kurt Angle come out with a surprise in it being John Cena, which I didn't know anything about because I haven't been on social all day, really. And when I wasn't looking at everybody else's stuff. I was looking at mine. Because that's what really matters to me. Roman Reigns comes out. Looks like they're going to fight. The Miz comes out and cuts this unbelievably passionate promo, which I love. Can we all just take a step back and just admire the work that Mike has done over this last 12 years? 12-ish, 13 years, however long he's been with the company. Mike, to me, is just like Emma. Although he's already had his moments, and he's main evented WrestleMania, he's been the WWE champion for several months, and I want to see him get back to that. Unfortunately, it'll probably be the big red title if he ever gets that. I doubt that'll ever happen. Maybe he'll have to go back to SmackDown, and then he'll get the WWE title. the rightful throne, which Jinder Mahal still has, by the way. And then Samoa Joe comes out, massive brawl. It sets up for the main event tonight. Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, Noam Dar, and Arya Daivari versus Grand Metalik, Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, and Mustafa Ali. No entrances for any of these guys, which when I first saw it I didn't like, but given that they were given a lot of time to do what needed to be done for their division, because let's face it, anytime there's a cruiserweight segment on Raw, they are representing the entire division, much like the women are. I mean, and it's not just the division, but a whole show because of 205 Live that doesn't get the love that it really, really deserves by the masses, if you will, of the WWE Universe, which is really, really bad. The Cedric Alexander's team won. He got the pin. Lumbar check is just such a great move. It's just such a great move. And once again, I continue to state how on board this whole Cedric train, and it just keeps looking better and better and better. Eventually, they are going to have to put him with Neville. I just want it to be something big. I want it to be around one of the big four. So I don't want them to do it right now. But then, hey, you're the guy that comes off a big win on Monday Night Raw in a 8-man tag. How can you not go? Anyway, Neville cuts a promo backstage, interrupted by Titus and Tozawa. Rematch tomorrow night on 205 Live. So we have that to look forward to. I am very much looking forward to that. Although I hope that this match, I hope, Neville retains and it ends this feud. Because as much as I like seeing these guys wrestle, and I actually watched their match from last night again today, as I did much of the SummerSlam card, I want to see something different before I get completely burnt out on these two. I want them to be able to revisit this story between the two down the road. I don't want it to flatline, and then when 8 or 9 months or a year down the road they want to go back to it. I'm not really going to be that into it because they would have spent too much time on it now. Rollins and Ambrose beat the Hardys in a non-title match, which, I mean, it was entertaining. Very, very entertaining match, and I thought everybody... There was a couple of hiccups, but, I think Corey basically covered it great on commentary, stating that, they're not a fine-tuned machine yet. They've still got some kinks to work out. They're still getting back into sync with each other. Good job, Corey Graves. And then we learn that Lesnar Strowman is officially announced for SummerSlam. You get a Sasha promo. Alexa comes out and says, you've never retained a title. You've never successfully defended the title. So, yeah, she says, well, you're going to get your rematch. Oh, not tonight, next week. So, Memphis, my second home, you guys need to bring it next week during this match, because the Chaos will be in attendance next week for Monday Night Raw in Memphis, Tennessee. So, don't make me bash you guys. You guys did good. The last SmackDown, there was SmackDown and then 205 Live, and most of the crowd stayed for 205 Live. I didn't see a whole lot of people get up and leave, even though that's been the thing to do. And it was in January, so it was cold. People wanted to get home. It's different. This time it's Raw. We're back. Jason Jordan versus Finn Balor. I found it funny that Jason Jordan extended his hand in the middle of the match. I kind of feel like that was ad-libbed, if you will, going by the seat of your pants, or calling it on the fly. and Finn just kicks him right in the gut, which I thought was hilarious. Finn wins. There's no, nothing after the match. Even though the way they set this up, you should have had Finn at the end of the match go, okay, all right then, and then leave. Or, not shake his hand, but just like, yeah, I see what you're doing. Keep it up. You'll get there. That kind of, that nod. Anyway. Main event, The Miz Taraj versus, Miz and Samoa Joe versus John Cena and Roman Reigns. And nobody cared about this match in the arena. There were beach ball. Well, I know that there were 2 beach balls going because one fell on the outside of the ring, in between the ring and the barricade, because somebody didn't catch it quick enough to knock it back. And then security stole the other one, and they actually showed that on camera, which I thought was real funny. And the John Cena is just like, oh my God, no. And then they're doing the wave, and then he does the wave, and it's stupid. All right? I'm all for fans coming and having a good time at the show. I'm not about fans trying to make the show about them, and that's what this is. You get this all the time in Brooklyn. It was funny the first couple of times and entertaining when it happened the first couple of times, but they're going too far with it. When you bring a beach ball or several beach balls into the arena, which I don't know how the hell they got them past security, but when you come in and throwing around beach balls, you deserve to get them taken from you. And, you can call the security assholes all you want to, but it is what it is. It's not appropriate to do because you're trying to make the show all about you, and you're paying, which is really fucking stupid. You're paying your hard-earned money, and I know them tickets were not cheap for Monday Night Raw, as were, TakeOver and SummerSlam, and then tomorrow night for SmackDown. Not cheap. You're paying all this money to come in and try to make the big machine, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm doing something. No. You're a dumbass. The show is not about you. As much as you hate, or whatever, John Cena and Roman Reigns, you are not the show. You need to sit and cheer or boo and, chant, whatever, in the appropriate time, please not 10, and then enjoy the experience, and stop trying to make the show about you. This dumb is pathetic. And we've got one more night of the New York crowd to have to sit through. And I just hope and pray that these yahoos that are in there tomorrow night in the arena are a little bit more respectable. Although this is New York, and we know that that's not going to happen. So everybody there can suck it, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, that's what I got for tonight. Tune back in tomorrow night here on my channel. I will have all of your SmackDown thoughts. Well, the thoughts you should have anyway. And possibly some 205 Live, depending on what time I do the video. Anyway, that's all I've got. Deuces as always. Chaos. Out.